tone too of the Avengers movies. It's, Loki's show, it's absurdist and surreal and retro-futuristic. How do you adapt that character in the way that we had seen him previously in the big blockbuster movies to, what feels sometimes like a very almost claustrophobic kind of set?
Well, initially, the great thrill of the pitch was that if the TVA, as a bureaucratic institution, represents order, Loki would represent chaos. And out of that conflict would arise the drama. And something I was extremely excited by in the first season was to strip Loki of everything that was familiar to him. Literally, of his clothes, of his brother, of his father, of his home, of his status, of his name. He's given a number. He's a variant L11. No, I'm really, this is season 1, so I'm testing them. Thank you very much.
Nice, we've got Loki experts.
And this elevated high status character is reduced to a number, and his colourful and eventful life, full of feeling and emotion, is a file on a shelf, in a drawer, in an archive. And that would be, I think, in any story, to have a character watch a highlight reel of their life. But in Loki's case, a catalogue of mistakes, missteps, and failures in relationship would create a kind of existential shock and despair, and challenge even the hardest of hearts and the most fundamentalist of mindsets to change. And so the whole theme of our show became about identity. Who are we really? Can we change? Are we in control of our own destiny? Do we have free will? Is reality simply unfolding according to some predetermined diktat? And who gets to write that? Who's in control? And that actually, in order to be the best version of ourselves, we have to make peace with the past. We have to own up to our mistakes. We have to accept our failures and acknowledge our shadow. And only then do you have the capacity to change, to redefine yourself, to redefine the location of meaning in your life. For Loki, to redefine his glorious purpose. And that became the theme of the show, and it extends across every character as well. You can almost write a sort of a thesis on identity as it relates to Mobius, as it relates to Sylvie, as it relates to B15. Who are we really? Who are any of us? And are we the masters of our own fate? Are we the captains of our own soul? And I hope that the conclusion of season 2 is that you, through that confrontation and Loki's desperation and drive to find new meaning and new purpose, he has found a place to belong, and he has healed his broken heart and given his life meaning.
And yeah, let's talk a little bit more about that phrase, glorious purpose, because I mean, so much of his journey is